Welcome to Tenacity Talks, a podcast about dreaming, doing, and doing it again. Each episode, you'll hear inspiring conversations with our guests who are dreamers and doers. You'll feel motivated to dream and do bigger and encourage others to do the same. Now, here's your host and personal dream coach, Terry Ann Williams-Richard.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tenacity Talks. This is Terry Ann Williams-Richard here, also known as Coach Tenacity, author, educator, and book writing coach. And I'm here to have a conversation, and you know how we do it here, a conversation about living your dreams and encouraging others to do the same. So we're going to welcome my guest today, Miss Erica Dawn of Erica Dawn Voices. How are you doing today, Erica?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
It's good. I'm going to start right out with this question. Okay. Erica, tell us a childhood dream that you've had. Tell us about one of your or some of your childhood dreams.
Well, as a child, I always wanted to be on stage. So I wanted to be a singer, dancer, actress. One of my first early childhood dreams that I can think of was watching In Living Color and noticing the Fly Girls. And at that moment in time, I decided that I wanted to do that. I wanted to dance. And also watching gymnastics and ice skaters and things like that. I always knew that I wanted to perform in some shape or form. So yes, those were my childhood dreams.
Okay. And so how did some of those dreams come true?
Well, by self-teaching. I didn't grow up in a dance environment as far as like a studio and things like that. And it's not because my parents couldn't afford it or things like that. It was mainly because I was a very shy kid. I didn't like to put myself out there in front of other people, performing, singing in front of other people. I did all that at home. So when other kids were outside playing, when they got home from school, I was in the house watching TRL 106 in Park, recording videos off the TV, learning the choreography off the Janet videos, the Aaliyah videos, the Britney Spears videos. That is how I taught myself how to pick up choreography. That's how I taught myself how to dance. I had a little karaoke machine in our family room that I used to record on and write songs and just switch the cassettes from side to side so that I could dub over or do different harmonies and things like that with my voice. So,
oh wow, you were serious, harmonizing with having the technology cooperate with you. Okay,
I was very serious. So, that is how I, made sure that my dreams did come to fruition. I taught myself everything.
Okay. So you told us how the dreams came to fruition. What dream was it that was realized? What have you been able to do?
The first dream that came to fruition was with dance. I would say I didn't dance on stage until my junior year of high school because of being shy. Okay. Had been dancing for a while, but I attended a performing arts high school, but I was more in the instrumental association. I played the flute, so I was in the band from 5th grade all the way through high school. And I loved playing the flute. I was comfortable playing the flute, so I just stuck with that. That was it. Like, I didn't want to get into dance. I didn't want to do cheerleading or anything like that in high school because I was just shy. But my junior year of high school, I became a member of the dance ensemble at my high school and also started taking dance class at my school. And I had a project that I had to do we had to do a group project on choreography, but I asked my teacher if I could do a solo. So I choreographed a solo and performed it on stage at their spring recital. And I cried like a baby when I got off stage because the pressure, the nerves, it was just too much for me. But I fell in love with it. It was just like a rush that came over me. And that's pretty much why all that adrenaline and crying and tears came out, was because I just loved being on that stage. And after that, I just never looked back from it. And I was determined that I wanted to be a dance minor when I went to college. because I knew I wanted to create pieces for stage productions. I wanted to be a choreographer. That was like my dream. So I used to watch like Making the Bands and Making the Video, and I wanted to be Fatima Robinson. I wanted to be Lorianne Gibson. Like that was my dream of what I wanted to do. And I'm also the type of person, if you tell me I can't do something, that's just going to push me to do it. Okay. So with being in college, they would post flyers around campus about dance team auditions to be a part of the dance team. And so many people told me not to even try because I had no chance. Like, you're not going to make it. They want you to be able to do this type of turn and put your leg behind your head. Like, it's just too much. You're not going to make the team. Okay, bet. So I did what I needed to do, taught myself all of the things that they were asking as far as requirements. I auditioned for the dance team. I made the dance team. While I was on the dance team, a lot of those girls were always talking about dancing for a particular NBA team. And I had no desire to do so because I didn't have the most enjoyable experience, I would say, on the dance team. But I was just kind of curious to see why they were so intrigued by dancing for this team. And then when I started to do my research with it, I didn't really have much interest, but there was another team that piqued my interest more. And when I mentioned it to my coach at the time that I had interest in this other team, she kind of patted me on the shoulder and was like, "Oh, that's cute," which told me she was trying to tell me that that would not happen for me. So that kicked in my my interest in trying to figure out, okay, well, why does she think I can't? What is it about this that she thinks I can't? And I was invited to what they would call pre-audition workshops for the NBA dance auditions. I attended a workshop just for fun, not with any expectation of anything coming out of it. I actually was invited by another teammate to come along. So I was just there just for the support of her because I knew she wanted to really do it. But the coach of that team was there, the assistant coach, the captains, and everybody were there in the room. And at the end of the workshop, they pulled me aside and said that they really liked my dancing style and asked me to audition for the team. So,
okay.
The coach asked you to audition.
There goes that pat on the back, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
On the back.
Exactly.
Now,
so,
no.
Yeah. So I will never forget, like, going up to Cleveland. Well, I just kind of gave away what team it was, but going to Cleveland.
And where were you?
Every week. I was in Akron at the time. So I was at the University of Akron. But I would go to every single pre-audition workshop. I maybe missed one after that. I was there every week. Every time they offered a workshop, I was there learning, being in front of them. And I will never forget, and then I'll let you get your next question. I'm rambling on and on, but I will never forget.
This is exciting. I like it.
I'll never forget being in the car with some of my teammates at the time when I was on the dance team. We were going to an event that one of the fraternities was putting on, and we were performing at the event. And I remember one of the girls asking me, "Are you auditioning next year?" For she was referring to the dance team in college. And I said, "For what team?" And I remember everybody's face kind of looking at me like, "What other team would it be? This team? Like, what do you mean?" I'll never forget that because they had no idea that it was in my plan to audition for a professional team. And I did audition for that team. And I will also tell you this, while I was there at the audition, any of them listening to this, they're going to be mad, but I don't care. When I was at that audition, some of my teammates were at the audition as well. And I had a really bad first day of auditions. Like, I didn't do well. I didn't perform well. I was super nervous. Pressure got to me and I didn't do a great job. And I remember the coaches or the panel of judges would have to go back and deliberate on who they wanted to be able to make it to the next rounds. And when they went to the back, I was upset. I was crying because I just felt like I was about to get cut, like I did a terrible job. And I'll never forget one of my teammates at the time, who did not even speak to me or acknowledge me the entire day that we were there, walked over to me and said, "Don't worry, you can always audition again next year." Mind you, they had not even announced who was cut. She assumed that they were going to cut me. So again, I will never forget those words. I will never forget that day and that time when she said that to me. And from that point, I said, if I make it past today, oh, it's on and popping. Like, that's all I needed you to do. And lo and behold, they came back and they announced who was making it to the next round, and they called my number. And I made it to that next day. And when I tell you I came the next day, we had to do solos. We had to dance solo to like dance for our life per se.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had to go dead last, I was last. And the
Mm.
song was Control by Janet Jackson. I
Oh
will
my
always forever
gosh.
remember that song and love that song for this reason. When I tell you I killed that dance floor, I killed it. And I made that team. And
Wow.
unfortunately, that teammate did not.
Oh,
So
wow.
those are just things that stick out in my mind as far as, being determined and not letting people chop you down or crush your dreams or tell you you cannot do something or you will not do something. I could talk for days about situations.
That is so good. And you got Janet Jackson. And didn't you say that was one of the routines you used to practice?
Oh
Janet
yeah, I've
Jackson?
watched Janet. I've always wanted to be like Janet, dance like Janet, her, Aaliyah, Britney Spears. I credit the three of them as being my dance teachers growing up because they were who I watched, they were who I learned from, all of that. So
That
yes,
is beautiful. That is beautiful. So how long were you on that sports dance team?
4 seasons.
Four
I made
seasons.
the team for
Wow.
4 seasons. Yeah. So I auditioned, made the team, and then I didn't go back the next season. I didn't even audition the next season. But then they had the nerve to almost win a championship. And then I was like, oh, no, 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 not without me. So then I went back and auditioned again and made the team and auditioned consecutively for 3 more seasons. So, yeah.
Wow. Yay. Go,
Thank you.
Erica. So with the dance, so okay, your childhood dream was to be on stage and was to dance. So you got on an NBA sports team. And what's another dream that you realized, and tell us how it has manifested?
Another dream was to be a voice actor. I mentioned that I was always singing and things like that as well. So I always had this dream to be in the Disney movies, but be that voice behind the Disney characters. So I was obsessed with singing Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid and Colors of the Wind, Pocahontas. And like, I just wanted to be that voice. But I always figured, like, well, in order to be able to sing, I need to be able to actually voice the characters too, not knowing that they were hiring a singer and also hiring a voice actor. It wasn't never the same person, but I didn't know that at the time. I just figured it came hand in hand. You had to do both. So with that, I always had that dream. But then going in college, I was a mass communications, radio, and television major. And there was a lot of talk about radio and radio broadcasting and things like that, which I really didn't have that much interest going into it, but it kind of piqued my interest with the relatability between radio broadcasting and voice acting. So then I started paying closer attention to commercials. And I was the type, if I got bored, I would like literally read the backs of like packaging and things like that. And like mainly in Spanish. Like, so if it was something that had it in English and Spanish, I would like just read the Spanish out loud as if I was doing a commercial, not knowing what it was saying because I can't speak Spanish fluently, but I would read it as if I knew what I was talking about.
Oh,
And with
wow.
that practice, it just fed into my um, curiosity behind voice acting. And I tell people all the time because I'm a voice acting coach, and with coaching, I'm always stressing, doing things the right way and in order. I did everything wrong in the beginning, and I like bought all this equipment and started recording, was doing everything wrong. But I had a really fun time with learning and practicing different scripts. And in the beginning, I thought I wanted to do animation and do animated characters, and later found out that it's really not that fun. I really don't enjoy it that much. But as far as voice acting is concerned, I absolutely love doing commercial voice acting. I'm also an audiobook narrator. I love narrating books. So yeah, it's still a very, very strong love and passion of mine. Just not necessarily an animated space, but yes, I did eventually be able to hone into that craft and that dream, and here I am.
Wow, that is wonderful. So with the voice, I want you to do something for us. And
Okay.
this is since I know about you in voice acting, She's my voiceover coach, y'all. But do the three different types of voices for us.
Okay.
You
You
know, the
mean like
ones
the three levels of voice?
the three levels of voice that I'm struggling with.
Okay.
But
So
you're
first of
giving
all,
me some
Terry,
good instruction.
let me tell you guys, Terry is amazing. Don't let her fool you. She's doing a very great job with her voice acting skills. I'm very proud of her.
Thank you.
But as
She's
far
a good
as
teacher. She's a good teacher, a good
thank
coach.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we talk about how there's different levels of voice. So of course, again, with me being a trained singer, I've learned a lot more about these levels of voice using head voice versus chest voice or diaphragmatic breathing and speaking. So what Terry's talking about is being able to deliver using those various levels of voice. Of course, with each level, there's different tones of voice, there's different paces and uh, genres within the genre, I guess you could say, but she's specifically just speaking about the levels. So if I were to do something animated, most of the time that little upbeat childlike voice is going to come from my head. So that would be me using head voice, which would be like I don't know what to say.
Like the other day, you had me say this one phrase three different ways, and I can't remember what the phrase.
I'll just say
Tropical
something
or
about
something. I don't know.
I'll just say so. Oh yeah, it was Tropical Smoothie Cafe. That's what it was.
Right.
But I just got back from the smoothie place. So if I was gonna say Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and I was gonna use head voice, I would say it more like Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and I can literally feel it coming from my head. Chest voice is usually like where we speak from naturally. So if I wanted to just say Tropical Smoothie Cafe using chest voice, then it would just be like Tropical Smoothie Cafe, more closer to my regular speaking voice. Now, if I wanted to dig deeper into my diaphragm, which you may speak more from that tone if you're trying to be more serious, more authoritative, or more empathetic with someone, then you may get a little bit deeper into your gut or belly voice, as a lot of times people will call it. And I might say, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. So there's three different levels. So Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. So that's what Terry's
Yay, I want to be like Erica when I grow up. I got you on here.
Oh my goodness.
That was good.
Thank you.
Okay. So we talked about the childhood dream and how you've been able to live your childhood dream. What is the best piece of advice you have been given that you can think of?
Best piece of advice I have been given. I'll say something that my mother literally just said to me before we got on here today is to stop worrying so much about what other people think of you and other people's timeline for you. And do what makes you happy. And as long as you are okay with where you are, it doesn't matter what other people say or think or where they feel you should be and what level in life they feel that you should be focused on. You do what makes you happy. Do what speaks to your spirit, because I'm all about especially when it comes to things that take up our time, which is mostly work for most of us, you've got to be passionate about what it is that you're doing. And as long as you are passionate about what you're doing, you are happy with where you are in what you're doing, no one can stop you. No one can tell you where to go, because all that's going to do is lead you down a path of misery, because you'll be doing it and working it for everyone else and not for yourself. And we only get one life to live. So we can't live for other people. You have to live for you.
All right. Way to go, Erica. That's a good one. That is definitely important, because a lot of times when it comes to caring about what other people think, sometimes it's us just thinking that's what people thinking. And they may not be even thinking about you. Then, of course, sometimes people do say words, they say things, little underhanded remarks that fit into that category. So that's good. That's some great words to live by. So we're almost winding down to the end, but I want to put this in before we go, to the closing comment. Okay, you're able to live your dream. Tell us what you do. What two businesses? Well, I know of two. But tell me too, the name of your two businesses.
Well, I have Erica Dawn Voices, which is where I met the lovely Terry through, because again, she is one of my voice acting students. And watch out for her because she coming, y'all. Okay. Like I'm gonna stay on her. Okay. You're gonna be hearing her very, very soon. Um, but yes, I have Erica Dawn Voices. So through that, I do voice acting myself. And I also coach with voice acting. And I have courses online where you can do self-paced learning with voice acting and how to break into the business and things like that. I am expanding my business into instructional design. So I'm getting more into the space of corporate e-learning creation and e-learning for higher education. So that is what I've been a little bit more focused on at the particular moment, but it's all part of my business. And then I also have my dance business, which is called Rising with Dawn Dance Company. Through that company, I contract with other dance companies, mobile dance studios, and things like that to teach early childhood education in the arts with ballet, tap, things like that throughout Cobb County, which is where I'm at now, Cobb County, Georgia. I've been doing that for the past 5 years. However, when everything happened, things got shut down and I had to figure out different avenues with that. So then I kind of revamped my dance business into being more of a virtual learning for those who are interested in going pro with dance. So whether it be for NBA, NFL, there's some MLB teams that have dance teams or cheer teams, just giving advice, tips, pointers, tutorials, dance classes, and things like that to help young ladies and young men prepare for pro auditions. So that is Rising with Dawn Dance Company.
Wow. And I like the names of your businesses. Is Dawn your middle name or did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dawn's my middle name and I never liked it. I never liked my middle name. But I figured, hey, this will force me to like it if I just kind of like stick with Dawn. And then I always thought like with dawn, like, like the sun is coming up at dawn. And I just felt like the sun is rising and rise with me, grow with me. So that's how I came up with Rising with Dawn. And then as far as voice acting, I just kept it my name, branded it with Erica Dawn Voices, because initially it started with that just being the name of my company with my voice acting. So it's me, Erica Dawn Voices. And then it expanded to my coaching and training and things like that. So
that's beautiful. And say the name of the dance business again.
Rising with Dawn Dance Company.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
And it's interesting because Dawn's my middle name. I didn't like my middle name growing up. And my grandma always wanted my middle name to be Lynn. So she would always call me Erica Lynn, even though that wasn't my name. But it's my pseudonym. So I use that in audiobook narration. My name is Erica Lynn. That's my pseudonym that I use for my narration with audiobooks. So I'm Erica Dawn and Erica Lynn. So.
Oh, wow. That is so good. Thank you, Erica Dawn.
You are very welcome. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
So here's the closing thing that I always like to ask people. What is your favorite quote? You could either know it by heart or know what it means, but
favorite quote. It's used a lot and I see it on memes and things like that, but it actually it's kind of cheesy, but it still speaks to my experience over the years, because it's been hard. It hasn't been easy getting through, life, and just following your dreams, especially if you're creative. It's a starving artist is a real title. Okay. And I've been there. So broken crayons still color. I love that quote.
Wow. Say that again.
Broken crayons still color. I've seen it on memes and things like that and on the internet. And but I just truly feel like those words speak to me, because there's been times when I've been broken. There's been times when I thought this ain't gonna work. I'm following a dream that's just never gonna happen. Need to quit, need to give up, need to just go ahead to Burger King and figure it out and get that paycheck, because this is just not gonna work out. But with being broken, shaved all the way down to nothing, I've still been able to shine and still been able to feed my passion and do what I love to do every single day. So.
Wow, that is something. I don't even know if I've heard that quote. If I heard it, I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah, it's
But
just something I've noticed online a while ago, and it's just always stuck with me. So
yeah, broken crayons do color. That's deep. And then when you start talking about being shaved down, and I keep visualizing, all the little crayons in a box broken up, or how, as a kid, we would tear the paper off the crayon when the point was gone, but still coloring with it and have them in the, oh man, that is deep. That is so deep. I'm going to be thinking about that. I might have to write about it. Yeah, so
yeah.
tell us, were you going to say something?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. Tell us what kind of specials you have going. Tell everybody what kind of specials you have.
Well, with Erica Dawn Voices, again, if you are interested in breaking into voice acting, you've been curious about it, I do host workshops. I try to do at least one workshop once a month that are free for you to come on and participate for feedback. I also have one-on-one lessons where you can sign up with me to do one-on-one coaching. Terry does one-on-one coaching with me. She absolutely loves that, even more than the courses and things like that. So you may be interested in signing up for one-on-one with me. And I also have my online courses. So I have 4 different levels of courses that you could take self-paced, online, on Teachable. You can just Google Erica Dawn Voices and it will pop up. And yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Erica Dawn Voices. And you can see all of the information there.
Okay. And so the dance, Rising with
Dawn at on Instagram. You can follow me at Rising with Dawn Dance Co. So DAWN, Rising with Dawn Dance Co. on Instagram. On Facebook, it is under Erica Dawn Dance Choreography, or you can just type in Rising with Dawn and it will also come up on Facebook.
And so with the dance, what's available now with with the way things are today? What's available with your dance?
You can, you mean as far as the business is concerned for the
Right.
services?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can go onto my YouTube channel. So I have a channel that has some free dance classes on there with, I have 2 shows. Well, three, I have 2 or 3 shows. I have 3 different shows on there. It's been a minute. I've been so focused on voice acting. It's been a minute since I've kind of abandoned my poor little dance channel. But I have the Pro Cheer and Dance Report, which I need to film some videos for that. What that is basically I am speaking to my audience about upcoming auditions, so dates, any workshops that are coming up that you can attend. I talk about that, just basically news that's going on in the Pro Cheer and Dance world. I also have the 4 and 2, which is a sideline dance class that I teach on YouTube. So I'm basically teaching you 4 8 counts of choreography with a break in between, and then we repeat. So that's why I call it the 4 and 2. So you learn 4 8 counts of choreography, 2 8 counts of claps, and then we repeat, so that it helps to build up your stamina and helps you prepare better for pro auditions. And then I also have the Rising with Dawn Dance Academy, which there's some other dance classes on there that are full classes that you can learn actual choreography that I actually taught and performed on the court when I was dancing professionally. I have some routines that I choreographed back then that I now have brought to my academy for you to learn. And if you have any little ones, I also have an online dance class for tap and ballet that you can purchase for your little ones.
Oh, wow. That is so good. When you started talking about helping prepare people for dance auditions, I started, because I'm a fan of So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, yeah.
So have you ever thought about auditioning for them?
No, I've never thought about auditioning for them, but I have, I don't know if you remember when Shane Sparks was a judge on there. Do you remember Shane Sparks?
I don't know.
Oh, I loved him. He used to choreograph for like Omarion and B2K and like all of them. Like I was like obsessed with him. But he was one of the judges on So You Think You Can Dance, and I actually got an opportunity to meet him. And he did a workshop in Cleveland, and I was so excited because I was like, I gotta go to this workshop. Shane Sparks is hosting it, and I'll never forget that either. He really loved my dancing, and he called me out to perform by myself in front of everybody. His choreography at the end, he talked to me for a very long time. He told me that I would easily dance for Janet if I wanted to,
Oh
which
my
boosted my
goodness.
confidence. Never auditioned for Janet, never had the opportunity to do so. But the fact that he, being the prominent choreographer that he is, to hear him say that to me just kind of just took my confidence to a whole nother level and encouraged me to move to Atlanta, because that was right before I moved to Atlanta to continue pursuing Dancing Pro. And I think with him saying that to me, that definitely helped boost my confidence. I got a picture with me and Shane. I'm gonna post it now. You got to think about that. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
post me
okay.
and Shane.
Yeah. Because I think I kind
Uh,
of remember him because, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna post the picture tonight. Flashback Friday. I'm gonna post me and
Oh,
Shane.
okay. Cool.
But yeah,
Cool.
that was very, very, very fun experience. And yeah, I love So You Think We Can Dance. I used to record those episodes too and learn the choreography off of the TV from So You Think You Can Dance also. So yeah.
Yeah, this is exciting. So I have really enjoyed, I really, really, really enjoyed our conversation, which I knew that I would.
Thank
What are some
you.
closing remarks you have for us when it
Um,
comes to living your dream and encouraging others to do the same? What are some closing remarks?
I am very much, as you guys can tell, when it comes to coaching, whether it be dance or voice acting, I'm just a coach. That's just my spirit and who I am, and just helping people to reach their goals. And again, if you got anything from hearing my story today, which, like I said, I could go on and on, even more about experiences that I've had with feeling unworthy, or feeling like I wasn't there yet, or wasn't ready yet, or wasn't enough yet. Um, just go for it. A no is better than not trying at all. A no can sometimes mean not right now. And if it is a no, then that's okay. But you find another way to make it work for you and to make your dreams or your passions come to life. Because again, I'll say it again, we only have one life to live, and we want to be happy while are here, and do what makes you happy and go for your dreams. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. Just go for it.
Wow, that is the perfect note to end on. Thanks again, Erica Dawn of Erica Dawn Voices
Thank
and
you.
Rising Dawn Dance Company.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Tenacity Talks. Tenacity Talks, this is Terry Ann Williams Richard, also known as Coach Tenacity. Tune in next time. Tell a friend. Thank you for joining us today. And we're out.
Bye.
Thanks, Erica. Bye.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye.
joining us today on Tenacity Talks, sponsored by Personalized Educational Services, LLC. Make sure to visit our website, yeswithpes.com, where you can learn more about our services. And check out Terry's latest book, Just Call Me Scholar, a beautifully illustrated and inspiring children's picture book. If you like this show, please tell a friend. Be sure to tune in next time for Tenacity Talks. Dream, do it again.